Chris Olave looks amazing. Lucas Kroll is Jimmy Graham 2.0. Kevin, don't get too excited yet. Plus, Dennis Allen is being too nice to the media. It's a whole new world. I don't like it. Thomas, hit that intro.
Hey, Ralph. Ralphie, Andrew, and Dave. All right, I got a little intel. Your Saints Happy Hour podcast? Yeah. It's a joke, all right? And I'll tell you what, you, Ralph, you mispronounce everything, okay? I listen, I go, what the, does he not know the English language? All right, Ralph, try to get an English class in there every now and then, okay, pal? Hey, Andrew, think you're smart, huh? Think you're smart? You're in big trouble, pal. You piece of shit like you for breakfast. And then, of course, there's Dave. Dave, a little obnoxious? Got a little bit of chip on your shoulder, huh? You gotta cut people down all the time? Is that what you gotta do? But know that life is good. Appreciate it. Do what you do. Keep on keeping on. Shooter out.
All right, everybody. We are live on Twitch. Thanks for joining us. Saints Happy Hour podcast. If you aren't, follow us on Twitch and remember to subscribe to Saints Happy Hour wherever you get your podcasts. Smash that like button on Twitch and YouTube. Also, become an annual patron at patreon.com/Saints Happy Hour. You get 2 months for free. Thanks to Lunfa Owns for subscribing for free with Twitch Prime. Did you know you can support the show every month, even if you aren't a patron, if you use Amazon Prime? All you have to do is go to twitch.tv/Saints Happy Hour and type in !sub in the chat. It's that easy. Thomas made step-by-step instructions for you. So go ahead and do it. Even if you're listening to the audio-only version of the show, he's got instructions. Click the link. And by the way, you can do it every month. It's not just a one-time thing. Reminder, our live show at Port Orleans will be here before you know it. It's on September 16th for everyone who RSVPs on the sign-up link in the description. You get a free The Boys Are Back in Town cup featuring Honey Badger and Jarvis Landry. And you can fill it up with beer with your first drink for just $3. And all the proceeds go to support Team Gleason. So freaking do it already. Speaking of drinking, I am, of course, drinking Miller High Life. Dave, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, I gotta take myself off mute first before I tell you what I'm drinking.
Nice stuff, man.
I know. I'm currently drinking from Evil Twin Brewing, but it was bottled by Westbrook Brewing Company in South Carolina. But this is Imperial Biscotti Bourbon Maple Syrup Barrel Aged. This is a stout. I've been having this in my fridge. Amazing. This is probably, actually, Ralph, you probably would like this. This has been sitting in the back of my fridge this is probably about 5 years old, and I didn't really have any new beers, so I went for the old stuff. And honestly, it's a little too sweet for me. There was a time years ago. Stouts.
Blasphemy. Too sweet.
There was a time where I think I really enjoyed this kind of beer, but I think I might have outgrown that.
Kevin, what are you drinking? Are you still drinking withered stick?
Nope, just water. Water. I meant to go to the grocery store today, but I pushed that back to tomorrow.
Can we talk real quick before we move on to Andrew's drink, which I'm really excited about?
No.
Can we talk about the Abe Lincoln?
We're not going to be rude. Let's go to Andrew. We'll double back.
All right, Andrew, go ahead. We'll come
for
back
those
to
of
you,
you
Kevin.
that are not watching live and just
You should
listening
be.
to the audio, Kevin has a chin strap currently.
Yeah.
For some reason, Kevin thought it would be a good idea to shave only his mustache and the upper part. So he's currently got churning butter Amish.
I'm waiting for him to say 7 years ago.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a chin strap.
Proclamation.
But
we're gonna get all the
You
Abe
look like
Lincoln
you could
hits
work
tonight,
on Dwight Schrute's beet farm.
That's right.
Yeah, you just need a top hat. Anyway, so I was asking you before the show, have you updated your Tinder profile picture with the new look yet? Because otherwise I feel like that's misleading, because if somebody sees you with the normal full beard and then you show up with this thing, I don't even know what you call that thing.
No, I have not updated that. If plans are made to meet somebody, I will inform them. Either I will inform them that I shaved the mustache, or I'll just shave the whole beard off and just go barefaced.
Biloxi Blues says, and you wonder why you're single.
Look, me shaving my mustache last Thursday is not anywhere near the top, I don't know, 100 maybe reasons why I could be single.
100 ladies.
We also learned before the show that that's how Thomas likes to wear his facial hair.
Yep.
So you're not alone, Kevin. You're not alone.
Yeah. Solidarity with my Polish brother.
It takes two people to build a house and churn butter.
Less on my neck, but kind of the same.
All right, so I'm going to talk about
Andrew.
what I'm drinking here. So Dave, Dave has a terrible taste in beers. He loves IPAs. I've criticized him many times. But he does like rum, and I also like rum. And, Dave knows more about that stuff than I do. So I'm like, dude, help me out. What do you like? What should I try? And I got to say I'm a little confused because he tipped me off to this one, Smith & Cross London Traditional Jamaican Rum. I'm a little confused as to why London and Jamaica are both on this bottle. So I don't know if it's European or...
No, actually, you know what? It might say on the back. The mark of Smith & Cross traces its lineage to one of England's oldest producers of sugar and spirits. So there you go. Its history dates back to 1788 with a sugar refinery.
I've never had this one, and I've had it for about 6 days, and I've been holding off drinking it because I told Dave that I would drink this on the show in front of him. So I'm pouring it in my glass now.
And when he opened it and smelled it, he nearly had an orgasm.
Oh, I mean, it smells
amazing.
like caramel mixed with banana.
Oh
my God, it smells so good.
Sounds
And
amazing.
this is a Navy strength rum, so it's stronger than your normal rum. This is a 57% alcohol, but I don't think you're going to really feel any kind of burn, or I don't think you're going to think it's too.
The last thing about what we're drinking tonight, when I was getting another case of Miller High
Oh,
Life,
it's so clean. My God, it's so good.
It's not expensive. It's a very affordable wine. It's not necessarily
highly recommend
everywhere.
this one.
When I got another case of Miller High Life at the grocery yesterday,
Making it
a
rain.
70-something-year-old man told me, "You're too young to be drinking the High Life." I was like, "What? High Life is old people beer? I didn't know that."
I also,
Are old
when I'm
people,
done,
Ralph.
Thanks to Budrich, subscribe to Tier 1 Budrich. You're the best.
when I'm done
Yeah,
with my beer, I'm gonna join.
Switch
Andrew
over.
with Smith and Cross. By the way, speaking of old, it was funny. My kids have been watching America's Funniest Home Videos replays on Disney Plus, like the old ones, like with Tom Bergeron, not the old ones with Saget.
Oh, yeah.
But my son's asking, he's like, "Dad, is this from the 1900s? Like meaning like 1990, the 90s?" You have never felt so freaking old as when your kid dates you by a century. He basically says, "Is this from the past century?" I just wanted to point that out. That actually happened tonight, and it was ridiculous.
Jesus.
Yeah. Was this from the 1900s? Because he's not wrong. Mathematically, technically, he's correct. It is from the 1900s. But I had to say it's from the later part of the century, son. It's from the later part of the century.
Yeah. Sounds like my son when he asked me, like, when did Sammy Hagar sing for Van Halen? I told him the late 80s. He's like, "Is that 1 billion years ago?"
Your son asked you about Sammy Hagar?
Yeah, he's big
For
into
real?
he's big. My son Max is big into guitar rock. He likes Van Halen,
Ooh.
Jimi Hendrix,
I like that.
Queen.
God, you finally done something right with that illegal.
So the big question is, when are you turning him on to Stone Temple Pilots?
Ugh.
I don't know. Maybe next. He stumbled into Apple Music today. He stumbled into Prince, the Bat Dance. I don't know how he found it, but he was really.
When he's ready, I know Dave will
Batman?
approve of this. I know Dave will approve of this when he's ready. Now, maybe not just yet. Give him a couple of years to grow into,
Don't say
graduating into better rock music.
Don't
When
say
he's
it.
ready, Alice in Chains.
No.
Yeah.
I'd actually play that for him now because I guarantee you he'd probably think it sucks.
I hate children's music so much I refuse to play it in my car ever. So he just has to listen to classic rock. All right,
We've
so
finally outgrown Kids Bop. Thank you.
That's right.
He's gonna watch him grow up to be a Cowboy Mouth fan.
Oh my God! Mute him, Thomas. Mute him.
Hey, Dad, listen to the next. Hey, Dad, listen to this next Cowboy Mouth song. But first, here's 20 minutes of Scott LeBlanc talking about shit that you don't give a crap about.
Oh my God!
While drumming.
Yeah,
You
while
people are
drumming.
the worst.
Give me some rhythm.
That's right.
Oh God!
All right, we got to get this thing on track.
So
Jesus.
the Saints opened camp this last week. By the way, we did a training camp update every single day for every practice. If you are a patron, you get access to that. Nobody else is doing it like we're doing it. You should sign up, $7 a month. Thanks to Jake and Donnelly. They signed up today. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
But Dave, when I saw Dennis Allen in his post-game interviews, I thought of you because Dennis Allen, he is continuing the Saints head coach strong nipple game, which I like.
I didn't see this.
But he's being very nice to the media. And it's weird because Sean Payton treated them like bums.
Hold on. If Sean Payton's here on the nipple scale,
yeah,
and you're about here, Ralph. Where does Dennis
Sean
Allen
Payton
fall?
is all-world Hall of Fame Canton nipple.
Well, wait. Well, where's Parcells? No. Parcells is.
Well, Parcells wasn't so much nipple as man boobs.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
See, when I was in Paris, my man boob / nipple game was strong. But I'm on a crash diet now, and I've dropped 10 pounds, so my man boobs have shrunk to like a B cup.
I gotta say, sometimes sometimes I'm pretty perky.
I mean, those pictures in Paris were bad. I was like, I gotta pick it up.
You think so?
I can't. I eat and drink abusively during football season. I'm just gonna lose all this weight and gain it back as soon as Saints start playing games. But I would say Dennis Allen.
Sorry, go ahead.
He's consistent. He's consistent all pro nipple game.
Well, I wish we had a picture.
We got a soundbite that Thomas is going to play. Here he is talking about Chris Olave's touchdown from Saturday, and he's being really nice to the media, which is weird. Thomas, play the soundbite.
Well, look, here's the deal. Okay, so yes.
Oh wow!
When the defense makes a mistake, we have to be able to capitalize on it and take advantage of it, and that's this
Turn
game.
Down
that
the
we
high
play.
beams.
You know, the game that we play really on Sundays. If you want to know the truth, it's a game of mistakes. And the team that makes the fewest of them and the team that can capitalize the most on them is the team that generally wins the game.
Yeah. Nipple game strong, like I told you.
Not
Dave,
bad,
I don't like him being nice to the media. It's jarring and it's weird.
Well, you know what? Once is it's a one-off, but twice now we got something going here. So that's it. If you want to be the next head coach of the New Orleans Saints, and I hope Dennis Allen stays around for a long time, but if you want to be the next head coach of the New Orleans Saints, you better come hard with the nips. You better come hard with the nips.
So you're saying Ralph has a chance.
I'm saying
so. Ralph, you've got a chance. That's right.
Kevin, do you feel better or worse that Dennis Allen is continuing the strong nipple game for Saints coaches?
I mean, look, he seems like a happy fellow with his.
He's happy. He's real happy.
With I mean, it seems cold inside the training facility, so good for him.
It could be.
Yeah. Look, if he's happy, I'm happy. That's all that matters.
But very nice to the media.
Yeah. Back to Ralph's original question. I mean, none of this is surprising. We shouldn't be surprised by any of this, but it's a nice change of pace. It is a nice change of pace to not have such a tyrannical despot at the helm of the Saints. Somebody who's a little bit more relatable. And I like, we don't have juicy fruit anymore. So now the new thing is pen in the visor. Pen in the visor. Gotta have the pen. If there's no pen in Dennis Allen's visor, you better watch the fuck out.
I will say this.
A red Sharpie.
I will say this about Dennis Allen. At least he's got the Sharpie, so when he can write on the laminated play sheet. Matt Patricia had the laminated play sheet and a pencil. You knew that wasn't going to end well. And by the way, I think Saints sources, I know, Andrew, you have a bunch of them. I have like 2 mediocre ones. They're loosening up. I think they're being more free and talking more. Now that Sean Payton's gone, they were feared that he would find out that they were talking to people and he would fire them. The Saints sources are trickling out more information.
No comment.
No comment.
It's an answer without an answer.
But here's to the practices, Kevin. Michael Thomas looking good. Olave looking fantastic. We just saw it. Peyton Turner looking amazing. Your UDFA son
punching people in the face.
Yes, we'll get punching, penning. It took.
Are we talking about Thick Underhill now?
Thick Underhill. It took him one padded practice. He's already punching people in the face. But your son, there's Michael Thomas looking at Taysom Hill. He had one day of practice. He got injured His
Not in the foot,
ribs
though.
somehow got injured
Not in the
wearing
foot.
shorts. I don't know how that happened. But Kroll, here's your UDFA son, Kevin. He's looking amazing.
Yes.
Are you feeling good about winning?
I'm as happy as you can be for the first few days of training camp.
Are we kind of declaring Kevin as the leader in the clubhouse?
Yeah, I
currently?
mean,
I would say I haven't heard anything
after
about
week
Smoke
1
Monday.
for sure.
I mean, Rashid Shaheed still hasn't cleared his injury, so
Is he at least working on the side?
he's working on the side, and he hasn't been released. Like, he's
At
still
least
on the
he's back.
team.
There you
So,
go.
there's a chance.
Yeah, I'm kind of like in retrospect, I'm kind of kicking my own ass here because I had the number 1 pick. And Kroll's a pretty obvious choice given the depth at tight end. I mean, it's wide open at tight end.
Every day.
Anybody can come in and get a job at tight end.
Well,
so.
We really haven't
Should've
heard
seen this
anything
coming.
about Smoke Monday.
No, he made a
we
play
haven't.
today. He made a play. He hit somebody real
What
hard.
about Abram Smith, Ralph? Has he done anything?
He had a run. He had a run on Saturday. But here's my question to you, Dave. Taysom Hill, he got injured with his ribs, and Dennis Allen's like he's going to be out a little bit.
Oh boy, he's doing
He's
his
wearing
Drew Brees
shorts.
impression.
If he can't survive a practice in shorts, is he going to be capable of surviving the season at all at tight end?
Well, first of all, this is Taysom paying homage to Drew Brees with his rib injury.
Do we know that Contavious Street didn't cause the rib injury?
Taysom obviously has never played tight end exclusively, but he's been a physical player at quarterback, blocking, whatever, running
Teams, yeah.
And I mean, for the most part, I feel like he's a fairly tough guy and a fairly durable guy. So this isn't going to worry me, and I'm not going to be a Ralph Marborough prisoner of the moment, and say
my
that,
UDFA son is
Taysom's
injured.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We'll get to my panic in a minute. It's all going wrong for me.
No, Taysom's fine. I'm not worried about Taysom. He's tough. He's Taysom tough.
Here's the thing, too, Dave. One other thing.
This is so good, Dave.
I'm glad.
Real quick. Can you make like a traditional daiquiri with this, or is it too flavorful?
Yeah. Oh, this is the rum that I use in all of my tiki drinks whenever I want a tiki drink, whenever it calls for a Jamaican rum. Now, obviously, some tiki drinks call for Barbados rum agricole, Puerto Rican rum, Demerara rum, but if it's just regular aged Jamaican rum, Smith & Cross is my go-to.
That would be good. Andrew can get blasted on this podcast, then we can make Thomas have to edit all the stuff out.
I mean, it goes down smooth and it's strong. It's gonna Andrew's gonna be like me at the end of this podcast, like I was on our celebration podcast. You're gonna be telling us how much you love your wife.
It was bad.
Well, here's the thing, Dave. Speaking of people you love, Dave, your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Your boyfriend, Mark Ingram, he's looking good. He's feeling good. Thomas, play Mark Ingram.
Y'all act surprised. Y'all act like you didn't think that this was going to happen. Come on.
Man, what's up with y'all, bro? No, bro. I feel good, man. Obviously, just a lot of experiences, a lot of opportunities, a lot of years, successes, failures, all those things, you know what I mean? So I don't feel like the second oldest running back in the league. Who's the first? Oh, well, I mean, they keep bringing up my age, man. I'm just blessed, man. I'm thankful. I'm still here playing.
32,
be healthy, have the drive, the commitment, the determination to do it at the highest level. You know what I mean? And I have no plans to. I know the game doesn't last forever, but I don't plan on slowing down anytime soon.
Look, everybody talks about Mark Ingram. Whenever you hear about Mark Ingram, you always hear how much gas is left in the tank. No, you always hear that metaphor. How much gas is left in the tank? There's plenty of gas, but they got more gas. Even if it's on E, he's gonna ride this thing like Kramer and that car salesman.
BSing the people in this country.
Yes, I love that soundbite.
I hate it. He's got years and years,
Kevin.
He's got years and years.
Who's the oldest running back in the league?
I don't know. Frank Gore, is he still around?
No, he retired, man. He retired.
Yeah, like
this
yesterday.
Is Adrian Peterson still in the league?
As soon as an injury happens, Adrian Peterson will be back.
Kevin.
Hang on.
Kevin, I got a question for you.
Stat man.
More likely to happen: Mark Ingram, 500 yards rushing, or your UDFA son, Lucas Krull, 2 touchdowns.
Both of those are happening.
Yeah, I mean, I really do believe both of those are happening.
That would be sick. I know I say this every time we talk about Ingram. I'm going to say it again because I don't care. I apologize for nothing. Mark Ingram has done the impossible once again. Made me forget that he went to Alabama. I forgive him for going to Alabama. I love Mark Ingram. Every time he opens his mouth, I smile. I love the dude. How can you not love Mark Ingram? All is forgiven.
Hey,
I'm his biggest fan, and it's like he didn't go to Alabama. It's like it never happened.
You're his second biggest fan, buddy.
Kevin, or I was going to say Andrew, unvaccinated corner, aka Paulson Adebo, he apparently is looking fucking amazing.
I texted one of my sources today. I said, like, who seriously, who's had the best camp? And this is someone on staff texting me back. Paulson Adebo, not even close.
Who? Paulson
Adebo, not even close.
All right.
Kevin, is he a superhero? Because he's getting better, and everyone in the Saints last year, everyone in the building got the Rona except for him.
Yeah, and you know why he's better than everybody else? Because he hasn't been infected by getting that vaccination.
Well, hold on a second.
Everybody's being slowed down by that vaccination.
Look,
Debo never got it.
Say this.
Never got it.
If you get the Rona that Cam Jordan got, maybe you're better off getting it.
That's the good Rona. That's the good Rona.
Yeah.
Nope.
So what did he have? 7 sacks in 4 games after coming back from the Rona?
That's right.
So if I'm looking at my numbers correct, excuse me, if I'm looking at the numbers correct, I believe that the oldest active running back might be Rex Burkhead.
Oh, wow.
Where is he in? The Chargers?
He's with the Texans.
He's been everywhere.
Wow. Man. I did not have the oldest running back being Rex Burkhead on my bingo card.
There are two,
because Ingram and Burkhead played together last year.
There are 2 running backs that are older, but they are so low on their team's depth charts, or not even on them, that I'm not counting them.
Who would they be?
Kenjon Barner of the Bucks. He's 33.
Ooh, yeah.
It's Kenyon Barner.
Sorry, Kenyon Barner. And then Nick Bellore of the Seahawks.
I've never even heard of him. Is he... Dave, is that somebody in the Big Brother house?
You know what? I don't even... It's still early. We're only a few weeks in. I don't even know everybody's name in the Big Brother house, so I don't know. Yes, it could be. It very well could be.
So...
By the way, Dr. Zayas had a funny comment about Mark Ingram. He says, some people age different. He's a treasure. The View Carré should get involved.
So, Andrew, it's the age-old conundrum about training camp. If the defense looks good, does it mean the offense is bad, and vice versa? Jameis is kind of being full on Jameis. A little bit of good, a little bit of bad. Like, do we need to see him string some good practices together, or is it fine?
Well, I mean, my hope is that this is the best defense he's going to face all year in practice, right? Yeah. So iron sharpens iron or whatever. So my hope is that even if he's playing poorly, he will not play as poorly in the games because he won't face a defense like that. Look, not having the Honey Badger is far-reaching because I feel like it makes the defense better, but by extension, it makes the offense better because you're going up against him. And so I would love to have him in the building, and hopefully he can come back soon. But Yeah, look,
Well, I mean, hot take. Do we need the honey badger? Maybe. What if the honey badger? What if honey badger comes in and messes up the chemistry?
Jerry, we're doing the hot take early. I saw Jerry.
I'm muting him. I'm muting Dave.
I think the answer is yes, we need him. But
I'm muting Dave for the remainder of the show.
I will say, like, the fact that the corners are doing so well. Everyone's talking about Bradley Roby. He's having a great camp. I just talked about Adebo. He's maybe having the best camp of anyone. Alante Taylor has made some plays, so like they're looking pretty good in the secondary. Lave had like a banner day a couple of days ago, and he really struggled today. So he's been a little up and down, to be expected from a rookie. I think Jarvis Landry's looked pretty good. Michael Thomas has looked pretty good. But overall, yeah, like Jameis has been up and down. I'm not that concerned.
The thing
I would only be. I think those that think that Jameis is gonna throw for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns, they should be concerned because that was never happening. But I think Jameis is what he is, and I think as long as you're realistic about what his capabilities are, I think we're fine.
I'm concerned about the fact that you never mentioned Smoke Monday when you were saying nice things about everybody else.
Smoke Monday
every day. That's what I'm concerned about.
Smoke Monday, man. It's uphill because that Justin Evans guy is looking good at safety.
And Jameis sucks. Everybody should be eating back there. Smoke Monday's not even eating.
Smoke Monday's got an uphill battle. No, the one thing that was interesting about when I think of Paulson and Adebo, I was listening to Mina Kine's podcast. She was previewing the NFC South, and she was talking about how the Saints trade up so much. And she's like, I had a list of all their trade ups, and she couldn't find it. And I went and did it. The Saints have 11 freaking people on their roster that they've traded. 12.
You didn't count Ingram.
I didn't count Ingram. It was 12. And I didn't even count Von Bell and Tommy Stevens because they weren't on the roster. Like, the Saints traded. The thing is that's crazy is they do it so often. And except for, I think, Zach Bond and Troutman, although Troutman's killing it in training camp, supposedly. Except for Zach Bond, the rest of them, you can't say there are any misses, which is just insane.
Right now they have a 90-man roster. 13% of their roster was traded up for.
It's crazy.
Jesus.
Like the Saints, they don't give a
percentage is
damn.
only going to go up when they cut down to 53.
That's right. It might be as much if they have 12
it'll be
guys
over
on the
20.
roster,
It'll be like 25%.
Oh my god.
A quarter of their roster.
Poor Kevin's over there just like shaking his head. It's never going to – Kevin, the trade down is never going to happen because all these trade ups they do, they work and they keep working.
I was going to say, of the 90-man roster, do you know how many guys they've traded down for, Kevin?
None.
No, Andrew.
0.
Kevin, first of all, if you were going to say one, you should have said it like this.
That's right.
No, wait. Aren't you guys a little worried? Every team looks so good in training camp, including Adam Troutman. So the fact that Troutman is playing well, doesn't that leave you worried that maybe this is all BS? Like Troutman's a canary in the coal mine.
No, that's a good point, Dave. I worry that
him doing well we should all be worried.
We got spoiled. We've been spoiled the last 2 years. Malcolm Jenkins did an amazing job shutting down tight ends, except for Darren Waller. Like, that's the only dude that got loose against Malcolm Jenkins in 2 years. Like, we're spoiled. I think that's a real concern. But Dave, that's a good segue for our next topic.
Andrew's pouring himself another glass of sweet nectar.
Are you joining me here or what?
Yeah,
I'm almost done.
It's a good segue, Dave, for the next topic. Jeff Duncan, who, if he would have done the stuff he did last week before the Elite Eight, he might have made the Final Four. Like, he was just being full-on Jeff Duncan villain. But he backpedaled today on Tyrann Mathieu returning to Saints camp this week. Dennis Allen says there comes a point where they need the Honey Badger to be practicing, but the Saints aren't there yet. Thomas, play that clip.
But is there a certain point where you feel like you need to have Tyrann here for continuity, or is it better and he can pick it up?
Well, look, I think there's a point where that is the case. I don't think we're there. And so, again, we're really kind of allowing him, the space to handle what he needs to handle, and we'll be sitting here with open arms when he's ready to come back.
So,
Sean, hold on. I got to go back to the Sean Payton thing. Like,
the nipples?
Dude, he would have shut that shit down.
That's right.
Bad. He would have been like, next question.
Right.
Next question.
And he would have stopped the interview and he would have been like, if one of y'all asks me about Mathieu again, we're done here.
That is right.
Next question.
Dennis Allen is a bitch compared to Peyton. Let's face it, guys.
He'll
Let's
say,
face it.
"You'll know when I want you to know." Like,
he's not a bitch. He
compared to Peyton.
He knows how to talk to people. Compared to Peyton, I don't think that's the correct. He respects people a little bit more. Whatever. But I'm watching that thing.
Shut up.
And I'm still looking at those nipples. Do you think Dennis Allen has to keep telling the reporters that his eyes are up here? My eyes are up here, gentlemen and ladies.
Listen, if I'm fine if he wants to be nice to everybody, but I think he should at least be mean to at least one member of the Saints media there.
Oh, poor Cat Terrell. She's back with the ESPN. Why do you want to do this? She's a friend of the program, Dave. Why do you want to be that way?
No, I love Cat Terrell, but
you should have.
I think
she's good at taking it.
I think that's a great point, Andrew. Like,
I
think Sean Payton, he wouldn't have waited till day 5 to shut that down. Like, he'd have shut that down 30 seconds into post-practice press conference after day 1.
He would have made a reporter feel bad about themselves. He would have humiliated them. He would have let them know, if you come back to my press conference asking me questions like that again, you're never going to be covering this team.
Right. That's a jerk. He's a jerk.
And you see, he also would have had one of his goons call
Who
up
did
the
that meme?
reporters too.
Wait. Who did this meme? Is that Budrich? What is this meme of the 2 bald women? The Saints have done well
Mannequins,
trading
Ralph,
up for
those are
players. He
mannequins.
still wants to trade down. It's me shooting Kevin in the head.
No, it's pointing a finger.
It's a finger gun.
No, it's pointing a finger like, hey, everybody, look at this guy.
Oh, okay.
I thought he was shooting.
I thought he was shooting.
Yeah, especially with the look of the Kevin
Continue. Sorry.
on the face, grimacing. I think Ralph's right.
Ralph with a good hand.
That's true. That can't be Ralph. That's his bad hand. That's his bad hand.
Mean, Thomas.
Terrible meme. That's a terrible meme. Do your research.
Meeks, Thomas. But I panicked in Vegas. I was drunk at the blackjack table. Never tweet while playing video blackjack. That's a tip, kids.
Tell the people how you did at the blackjack table.
I did horrific, Dave.
Not as well as me in the Bahamas.
It was messy in Vegas. Like, I had to get Max to sit on my lap. I put a mustache on him, and we went to the craps table, and he started rolling the dice. We did a little bit better.
Yeah, that's where my mustache went. I gave it to Max.
It was bad. It was bad, Dave. But don't tweet and gamble. People got on me because I was like, "Oh, Honey Badger deleted some Instagram stuff. I'm a little worried." People got mad at me. I got some really nasty DMs. People, calm down, okay? It's just a little joke. Panic is my brand, for God's sakes.
Yeah,
but so we know
that out. I had to circle that on your bio and remind
people like Panic is my brand. So like I know that
Are you not allowed to be worried about a guy and be like,
yeah, like
I hope he comes back to practice? Like,
I'm worried. So, but I'm a nervous Nelly, Kevin. And I want each one of you.
What are you, a 48-year-old mom going to the PTA?
That's right.
I'm a nervous Nelly.
Pretty much.
Where's the lie? But when do you guys start to panic? Like, when do you be like, dude, he's got to get in? Like, when do we start to worry?
If he's not back this week, that's when I'll start to worry. Everybody's been saying he'll be back this week. He'll be back this week. If he's not back this week, that would be big.
I texted with the source today that said that don't worry, he'll be back this week. So I don't know, man. Like, I'm a little nervous. The Jeff Duncan thing, he said on a radio show earlier, I guess on Friday, he went on a radio show and said, be back Monday.
Oh.
And then he
Smoke
was
Monday?
Not back today.
Monday?
On Smoke Monday.
Every day.
That's wrong. But hopefully he's back this week. So
wait, we're recording this.
You know when I'll be worried? I'll be worried when Ralph takes his mini fat head off his wall. I know there's a problem.
Honey Badger, Landry, Smoke Monday. Boom, boom, boom.
Hold on. It's 9:43 Central Time. That's Saints time. It's still Monday. He's got 2 hours and 15 minutes to show up. Still, to be back by Monday.
He'll be back on Smoke Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we're all agreed. Like if he comes in this week, it's fine. If he's not back by the first preseason game, then I'm just like I'll have to lock myself out of Twitter because I'm gonna get.
Look, I'll start to worry if he's not there in week 2.
I mean, at what point do you start worrying that like you're never gonna see him in a Saints uniform? Like I'm not gonna lie.
That's a dark place.
I'm kind of there.
I'm not. Jesus, the rum's kicking in.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a warrior by nature.
Rum.
You know what it is. You know what it is.
It's meth and cross.
First of all you people that are like respect his privacy. Of course, I respect his privacy. But like, if it was anyone else, I don't think I would sweat it as much. Like there was so much buildup for me. Like I was so excited to see him in a Saints uniform, and like all I want to do is see that guy kick ass for the Saints. Like I was so happy.
Biggest free agent signing in like 5 years.
Yes, and like for this like weirdness to get introduced, and look, he's going through some stuff. It's private, it's personal. I get it. Like I'm not. He doesn't owe me anything. I don't need to know what it is. But like,
he doesn't even know who you are.
Yeah, and sure, like I'm worried about the dude. Like I hope he's okay. Of course, he's a person, but like I don't know. In my hopes and dreams, like if you ask me, like what like gets me off, like what would be the greatest thing that could happen, like Honey Badger gets a freaking pick 6 in the Super Bowl. Like I cannot imagine a greater scenario. Like I that's like I go to bed dreaming of scenarios like that.
Well,
so,
here's
like,
the thing. If you want to measure excitement,
Sue, I'm worried.
I don't have any.
If you want to measure excitement,
seated connection to Honey Badger because he went to LSU. Like he's just
another
Saints player to me.
Here's the thing, though, Kevin. I kind of measure excitement. I look at
if they don't win 9 games, they should run roughshod.
I love that soundbite. I love that soundbite.
This is the year, Ralph. Don't worry about it.
This is the year. No, I was gonna say we've had in the past 3 years. We've had like 4 days of this podcast where we've had over 3,500 downloads. The day after Tyrann Mathieu signed was one of those days. So like people,
is that like a humble brag right there?
No, it's just like it just measures the excitement of people. Like people were freaking through the roof excited about Honey Badger, because they want to consume all the Saints content they can.
Put me at the top of that list.
How many people are normally down? Is anybody listening to this? Have you been lying to me the whole time? Is this like we only have like 5 listeners?
It's one guy in Malta, and he just has a bot, and it just
love that guy.
Downloads it.
I thought we were doing like 3,500 listens every week.
We do
it's
about
just me, my mom, and Budrich.
We do about $6,000 of listens a week.
Like if we did a live podcast in Malta, we'd get a better attendance.
We'd get a bunch of people.
It's by the way, it's my mom, Andrew's dad, and the guy.
Named ministers in the government.
Yeah, RSVP for the freaking live shows, September 16th. But listen,
hey, hold on, bring some friends. Seriously, like let's make this awesome.
Bring some ladies for Kevin.
There's some people.
Kevin's gonna be there, ladies. So not all at once.
I mean, I would say free mustache rides, but you know.
Oh, that ship has sailed.
And if anybody at the news media, the TV people are listening to this podcast, come out. It'll be the Saints home opener. Put us on the news.
Kevin's getting out.
I've invited a lot of friends. I don't know if they're all gonna make it, but so there's some possibilities. Matt Moscona might be there. Nick Underhill might be there. Connor Payton might be there.
Oh boy!
I'm trying to convince Zach Streif he's probably not going to do it. He'll be.
Can we get Coach Payton's magician brother to come out?
Yes.
You're really putting pressure on us now with all these guests. Kevin's going to be giving.
If you show up, you might see some cool people, and we're not going to be the cool people. So
that's right.
Have we ever? Been?
Make sure you bring some of that rum. That meth rum.
Well, I'm not going to be flying with it, so you can bring some, Dave.
Where's my rum?
Go ahead, Kevin.
I didn't buy Andrew rum. Andrew bought his own rum.
I thought you were shipping me something.
No, Dave told me what to buy. I bought it myself. I wasn't going to wait on Dave to send
Text me like in the middle of the day tomorrow when I'm in front of a computer, and then I'll do it.
All right.
Just gotta remember
All right.
when I'm in a position to do something about it.
So now that the Saints have started to practice, we got to wrap up the Saints Happy Hour annual bracket. The Saints' greatest villain bracket. It's time for the Final Four. We're down to the Final Four of the greatest Saints villain bracket. And like I said earlier, it's too bad Jeff Duncan waited too long to do a bunch of stuff that reminded everybody why they hate him. He could have won. He could have upset Goodell. Like he had a strong week of doing Jeff Duncan activities.
I'm gonna be really disappointed if Thomas didn't put together, after this whole bracket is done, if he didn't put together a one shining moment, like little musical montage of our bracket.
No. Thomas,
Dave,
what's our first?
Every sip goes down a little easier and smoother.
I'll bet it does.
This is trouble. This is trouble.
Thomas, what's our first matchup in the Final Four?
Get ready for the next battle.
Roger Goodell, final answer.
Wait,
so
hold
this
on.
is number 1, Roger Goodell. Number 4, Joey Galloway.
I'm going to tell you something real quick. I saw the whole Deshaun Watson news today. Probably getting 6 games. That's the recommendation. We'll see what Goodell does. Like, I guarantee you, Kamara will have more games. I promise you.
Oh my God.
I promise you he will have more games.
No.
Yes. Yes, he will. You know, when you look at Watson, if he ends up getting 6 games, you know how many games Kamara should have? 0. He should have 2 snaps. He should be suspended for 2 snaps.
The national anthem, like the first 4 bars of the national anthem.
Like, you know, Goodell's a clown. He runs a kangaroo court. And you never know what to expect except that the Saints get the shaft. That's the one thing you can always count on. And this whole Watson thing got me angry all over again today. So, you know what? Galloway, he's had some great moments against the Saints. Number 1 Saints killer. Like, I'm not in the mood for pleasantries here. It's Goodell. That's my vote.
Kevin, with Goodell, of course I'm voting Goodell, and I'll let you go because I know you have something to say. The thing that I found funniest was the discipline today. It wasn't issued by Goodell. It was the independent arbitrator. But
I don't care. I'm still mad.
I hate Goodell so much. I didn't want to correct people. I was just like, go off on him because I hate him.
Yeah, but honestly, that is the perfect scenario for him because the arbitrator gets to make a shitty ruling, and then the NFL can, in theory, come in and tack some more games on at the end,
right,
and look slightly better.
Well,
like
first,
they could.
yeah.
Like,
and first, what they're doing is they're testing the waters. They throw
Right.
out the 6 games and they see how the public reacts. And if the public says, "Oh, it's fine," then they'd probably leave it. And if they see the public is
I love the people on Twitter that come at me with, how many games did Robert Kraft get suspended? How angry were you at the Robert Kraft news? Thank you for proving my point.
Well, first, I mean,
Thank you.
I
That's
think
exactly what I'm trying to say. The NFL is a farce. It's all hypocrisy. Where you fall in game, in terms of money, in terms of revenue, that's all that matters to Roger Goodell. He doesn't care about your crime. He doesn't care about protecting the players. He doesn't care about any of that. He cares about money. He cares about answering to the owners, and it's all hypocrisy. And he doesn't care about the Saints because they're the low man on the totem pole, and they're in a small market, so they're an easy whipping boy. They're an easy whipping post. He doesn't care. We need any of you that are talking to me about Robert Kraft. Thank you for proving my point.
I'm gonna accept responsibility for Andrew's rant since I'm the one that told him about this rum.
That's right.
I thought we were going to talk about stroke. I thought we were going to talk about the the whole Watson thing off at the top of the show. I mean, yeah, look, Goodell didn't do this. He didn't make this ruling like so we can't really attribute this to him. He does have the ability, the league can appeal it. He has the ability to tack on more games. I think that this was a very smart move on his behalf. I hate to say something nice about him or whatever, but he was in a no-win situation here. Like whatever number he threw out, if he just threw out a number of a game suspension, like whatever it was,
I don't think
whatever it was,
appeal.
there would have been. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, but whatever number, if he threw out a number, you'd have people that say it's not enough. You'd have people that say it's too much. It's kind of a no-win situation. So it's smart of him to sort of, have this judge arbitrate this whole thing and be the whipping, I won't say boy, whipping woman, whipping girl. But
it made me mad all over again because Mickey Loomis got 8 games. And no one can explain to me what Mickey Loomis did during Bounty Gate. And he missed 8 games, and I got mad all over again.
If this is what you get, he got the same as Ezekiel Elliott. I think Ezekiel Elliott had like one sexual misconduct case against
Ben Roethlisberger, too. I think Ben Roethlisberger got bumped down from
There
6
were
to
no
4.
charges filed. Yes. There were no charges filed. The whole Ezekiel, the whole Ezekiel Elliott thing, that was also dubious. Like it seemed like he was kind of being set up, and he got 6 games. So I think what Saints fans are coming from, they're like, okay, well, if this gets 6 games, then Kamara better be out for like 1 series in the first, the first snap. Okay, that's fair. But the whole this whole ruling or whatever you want to call it, this 16 page thing that she wrote. I mean, she says that this pattern of behavior is egregious. But that behavior was non-violent and sexual. I mean, basically what that says is you did these things. We know you did these things, but we don't think that they're that bad.
That's right.
And also, thank you for not violently raping these women. Thank you for for only just making them
for just being really, really gross.
It's quite a hill to.
There's a lot of innocent. There's a lot of innocent until proven guilty people out there with this whole Deshaun Watson stuff. And I got to tell you, like, really, that's where you're going to land. That's the guy you're going to side with. 30 accusations. 30. And look, like, how do you think that makes his victims, his accusers feel when you say innocent until proven guilty? Non-violent sexual assaults is always he said, she said. So if you want to go by innocent until proven guilty, you're basically saying that any sexual assault that's not non-violent, where there's a lack of proof, means it didn't happen. Well, that's what you're saying. And that's,
first of all, this judge
freaking irresponsible is what
this judge is acknowledging. This judge is acknowledging. She's not a court of law, but she's acknowledging by saying that his behavior was egregious. She believes
basically saying he's guilty.
Yes, yes, exactly. Well, okay, so what's first of all, where the hell was this judge for Bountygate? But no, she says. So I have notes on this. What I thought was really unusual and bizarre and also laughable was that she now says that Watson has to get all of his massage therapy from the club therapist.
Why are you going to do that to Browns employees, man?
Hopefully,
now we can just cover it up.
Hopefully,
what did they do to deserve that?
Now they can just cover it up. That's like, you know what? That's like, somebody made a joke on Reddit. That's the Kyler Murray study clause, except it's for rapists. It's crazy. It makes zero sense. That's like when you're illegally parked and they boot your car and now your car is stuck there longer. You can't move your car. It's like if what I was doing was wrong, with parking my car was wrong. Now you've permanently immobilized it, so I can't even move it. Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
All I'll say about this, Kevin, is thank God Deshaun Watson isn't on the Saints, because I'm 100% convinced
I think
that if Deshaun Watson was on the Saints, Roger Goodell would have stuffed him in a cannon today on the new streaming service for the NFL, the NFL Plus, and he'd have launched Deshaun Watson into the sun to premiere NFL Plus.
I think
if he was on the Saints.
I think they're going to add more games.
No.
I think they are.
I think they're not going to. I think they're going to wash their hands and be like, the arbitrator said 6 games. What are you going to do?
But like, here's the thing: like, if you're going to add more games, you got to add. You can't add 2 games. You can't say, "Oh, I'm going to add 2 more games. I'm going to make it 6-8." Like, if you're going to add games, you got to add another 6 games at least. You got to at least double.
They wanted 12 and $8 million fine. Supposedly.
Kevin,
that's what they wanted.
This is a serious question. Serious question.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson was on the Saints. Do you believe that he would get more game suspension than if he was on the Browns?
Yes. I legitimately believe that.
That's how I feel too.
That's how I feel.
I legitimately believe that.
And that's why
I think that whatever number the arbitrator came out with, Goodell would already have
who dat tax?
Would already have a number put out there.
I like that. That's a great term. The who dat tax. I like that.
So we got a clean sweep, Thomas. Put it up there. Who wins?
Already?
None of us.
You're not even asking about the fan vote, man.
Who cares?
So what's did Goodell clear 90%?
Yeah.
He did. Like,
yeah, there you go.
This was the largest margin of all of the bracket. Like,
Galloway, and look,
96.2. I'm pretty sure.
Galloway is a Saints killer. I mean, he deserves to be in the Final Four.
But is he a Saints villain?
That's the thing. I think this, like, if we had a Saints killer bracket, I think Galloway would be the number 1 overall seed. But because we mixed it with villains and off the field people, it made it hard for Galloway. The only thing I'll say about Galloway is he did all that and he was 100 years old against the Saints. So, Thomas, what's the next matchup we got here?
Get ready for the next battle.
So, and this is number 2, Bill Vinovich versus number 3, Steve Smith. You know, with the Goodell news breaking today, Kevin, it sort of gave me PTSD of why I hate Goodell. Him being a coward and not talking about the no call for a week, Bounty Gate, all of it. And it made me really hate him. And it kind of softened me for Vinovich. I'm going Steve Smith here. The man was an on-the-field killer, got into fights, talked trash. I know Vinovich will live forever in Saints lore, but I'm going Steve Smith here.
I go next.
You can go next, Andrew.
Steve Smith, all he did was his job. He was required to score touchdowns. He was required to get yards. He did his job. Bill Vinovich did not do his freaking job. If he did his job, we would be in the Super Bowl. And it was one infraction. I look at it this way. Steve Smith could have had 10 more touchdowns. He could have had 1,000 more yards, and I would still pick Vinovich. It's like the dude that stabbed you in the heart versus the guy that stabbed you in the leg with 1,000 paper cuts. Like, what's another 100? You can give me 100 more paper cuts in my leg. It's different than what it feels like to be stabbed in the heart by one of JLD Hot Sauce's knives. You know? So
the quarter cleaver.
Yeah. I got the quarter cleaver to the heart from Bill Vinovich. And so, no, this is easy for me. It's Vinovich.
Yeah, Vinovich.
Kevin, who you got?
Bill Vinovich.
Bill Vinovich.
No. Why are we looking at this again?
Yeah, I feel like, Thomas, you just need to, like, put a still frame up.
Hey, you gotta soak it up, man. You gotta soak it up.
This video is violent.
If you show that video enough times, I might pick Vinovich over
It's
Goodell.
supposed to be painful, man. It's supposed to be painful, man.
Oh, look at Tommy Lee, man.
Tommy Lee, you should have fucking Tommy. You should have stayed on the ground.
I'm like, where is the flag?
Yeah, I know.
Like, I keep thinking to myself, like, maybe this is the time they'll actually throw the flag. Oh my God,
Dave, who you got?
Vinovich.
So,
Vinovich.
Thomas, in the poll, did Vinovich clear 90% like Goodell?
Probably not.
Why are you assuming people voted for Vinovich, man? Come on.
Come on now, we're not stupid here.
Come on.
Hey, Kevin, I tried, man. I tried at least. Yeah, he was 90.7% for Vinovich.
Wow.
So
Jesus.
we got the final that we all thought we'd get.
Yeah.
I mean, the top 4 seeds made it to the Final Four.
Yeah, this bracket was all chalk. But Thomas, get us to the championship.
I mean, shit. The Elite 8 was the top 8.
That's right.
Do we have any special one shining moment?
Get ready for the next battle.
So it's 1 Goodell, 2 Vinovich. This one's tough.
Battle of the Titans.
It really is, because Andrew kind of swayed me, that with the Steve Smith was doing his job, Vinovich screwed it up. I gotta put today. No, I can't put today aside. I know Vinovich broke our hearts and crushed our Super Bowl and Atlanta dreams, but Goodell, and by the way, I had forgotten about this until somebody mentioned it on Twitter today. Goodell, not only during Bountygate did he hammer the Saints, he and other owners were putting the squeeze to poor old Tom Benson to fire Sean Payton and fire Mickey Loomis. Yeah. And thank God Benson, in his old age dotage, or is that a word? Dotage? Yeah. He was like, no, I'm not going to fire Sean Payton and Mickey Loomis. They won me a Super Bowl. I'm not firing them.
Rita, bring me the Rocky Road and tell Goodell to go fuck himself.
That's right. That's what he did.
Put on another Shirley Temple movie.
And Andrew, I would argue that it's one of the most important things he did as Saints owner. So I had forgotten about that. And because of that, I vote Goodell. He is the all-time Saints villain. Dave, who say you?
I'm kind of on the fence here.
Jesus.
Really? You think this is an easy decision? My argument would be, I think you all want to just ready to go Goodell and be done with it, and it's an easy out. But Bill Vinovich and his crew and his band of merry men, if you will, because it wasn't just Vinovich. That wasn't necessarily his flag to throw, but it was his crew. It was his men. They could have huddled up. They could have gotten it right. You talk about one singular play that changes. Oh my god! The sound effects. I'm gonna start voting for no sound effects. You talk
Ralph, that's on you, man.
It is. That's all.
Well, of course it's on Ralph. Of course, somebody interrupting somebody is Ralph. You talk about one singular play that has such an impact and changes, course for an entire franchise potentially. But then again, obviously Goodell. You know what? Here we go. Goodell is the leader of this ship. Any good leader, any CEO, president, whatever, the good ones, they will always accept responsibility. Even if it's not their fault, they'll say, you know what, that's on me. We've got it. Sean Payton, if somebody screwed up within the Saints coaching staff or the players.
Got to coach better, got to play better.
Sean Payton would take responsibility.
He always did that.
And so you know what? If Goodell is the leader of this ship, then Vinovich's screw up is on Goodell. He's the leader of the ship. He allowed that to happen.
We never got a public apology for that.
Goodell allowed that to happen. And that's, that's another good point. They never even acknowledged that it was, did they? I don't.
He hid in the closet for a week.
Yeah. So you know what? F that, Roger Goodell, I'm voting.
Andrew, who you got?
Plot twist.
This one's tough for me too. And I read everything that Dave just said resonates with me. I think if you were to ask me who has the most infractions, it's clearly Goodell. Who I like the least, it's Goodell. I look at it like this. If I could change one thing in the course of history, would it be Bountygate a decision? Would it be, the Sean Payton suspension? Would it be this? Would it be that? All these things that Goodell has done, or would it be just throw a freaking flag on that one play? And I don't know, man. Like I just I have never in my life had a singular moment in my football rooting history that has haunted me. It's not like I was 8 years old, Like I have a lot of memories from when I was a kid that haunt me, like the Falcons winning against the Saints in the Superdome in the playoffs, there's lots of moments when I was a kid that scarred me.
Hebert sucking.
But like as an adult, there are very few that stab me in the heart like that one decision, because it really boiled down to making the Super Bowl or not.
Yeah.
And so I pick Vinovich only because like that one moment is like one that you never get back. And like if I could change the course of history with one thing, like that would be it. That would be what I would change.
Man,
Kevin,
I might have to change my answer now.
Who you got?
Andrew's got me swayed here.
So when Roger Goodell took over as the commissioner in what was it, 2005, 2006, something like that?
No, it was after that because Tagliabue was still commissioner in 05.
Okay, 07 then. It had to be 07 then.
Yeah.
Many people were supportive of him because, he's going to come in and start cleaning up the messes that Tagliabue wasn't taken care of. Or he's going to
Jeff Duncan was one of those.
He's going to bring the hammer down on the players who were getting a little too rambunctious. And I remember two of the first ones that he really hammered were Pac-Man Jones, who had done something stupid, and then Chris Henry. And both of them, it's like, yeah, okay, we get it. We get it. This guy did this and this and this. And if, you get that sort of righteous anger or righteous justification there. Goodell was instrumental in helping. I don't know if I agree with that, Jason Champagne.
Yeah, he was. He got tasked with a job from Tagliabue, and he did what he was told, Jason. That's what he was instrumental in keeping the Saints in New Orleans. Tagliabue said, the Saints aren't fucking leaving New Orleans. Goodell, go make sure that happens. That's what he did. And he didn't make that decision. He was told to do something, and he did it.
So Goodell gets sort of goodwill by sort of hammering the bad guys in the league early on, and then he starts making more and more decisions in a wider sphere that sort of ensnare more players, and you start wondering, well, now wait a minute, does this make sense? Does this feel the same as this thing? This guy got this many games, but this guy only got this. Or somebody gets suspended for this many games and it gets sort of reduced. And it just spirals out of control to where we are, to where we've been in the last few years and where we are now, in that the league has no standard. There is no, there is no real precedent set. It's like every single case is looked at in a vacuum.
Except for the Saints when he hammers them.
Every case is sort of looked at in a vacuum, but we're going to try and do, I can't even say malice overall. It's like,
it's not malice. It's just
it's not malice. It's incompetence. It's gross incompetence for a guy who runs the ship. It's gross incompetence for a referee, for a head official who doesn't huddle his players together, who doesn't huddle the refs together and say, well, we missed this, we got to throw the flag now, and all that other kind of stuff. This league has been operating under gross leadership, negligent leadership for a very long time. And it has affected players, teams, coaches across the board. And it doesn't seem like everybody's going to finally get on board until it's somebody that they really want, until it's somebody they really care about that gets hammered by Goodell for some minor infraction of any sort. So, I know. I'm making up for lost time. My mustache head, I'm speaking on behalf of my mustache. Anyway, look. Goodell is a fool.
You're voting for Joey Galloway, aren't you?
No, I'm bringing Jeff. No, Jeff Duncan's coming in with the Money in the Bank briefcase. We got a 3-way now. I'm going to vote for Roger Goodell. I'm going to vote for Roger Goodell, and we can put an end to this charade here.
No, actually, I'm changing my vote. I'm changing my vote to Vinovich. Andrew got me to change my vote. I'm changing it because
rum buddies.
Yeah, we're rum drunk, meth rum. Because he reminded me.
I love my wife.
He reminded me of the way I felt at the Superdome in that moment during that game, just waiting. Like an immigrant child at the border waiting for their parent to come get them, and they never will. I was waiting for them to throw a flag, and it never came. The flag never came.
All right, well then it's Dave changed the vote, Thomas. It's 2-2. The only thing I'll say is, what's that planet in Star Wars, Kevin, that the Death Star destroyed?
Alderaan?
Yeah. Goodell wanted to Alderaan the Saints. He wanted to blow them to bits in 2012 and make the Saints a freaking backwater again. And he didn't. And I think that's, of all the things he did, is one of the most egregious as we talk about Saints villains. But anyway, Thomas, it's 2-2. What does the poll say? This could get dicey.
We had no poll, man. How could we have a poll?
We don't have a
Tomas.
I switched.
Tomas gets to decide.
That's right.
Put up a poll in the
you
chat.
get to decide it.
Put up a poll in the chat.
Put up a
Let
poll.
Tomas decide it.
Tomas decides it.
All right, Thomas.
I thought we had a poll, and I just assumed it was going to be Goodell, so I figured changing my vote wasn't going to matter because it was going to be Goodell anyway.
Jesus Christ!
Of course, it goes off the rails when we all audible and do the championship in the same week as the Final Four. Thomas, who do you vote for? You get to decide.
One shining moment.
Jesus. I'm gonna keep it short. I'm gonna mute Dave first. So sorry, Ralph. Before I make my pick. So Kevin stole all my time. I'm gonna keep it short. I vote for Goodell.
I knew it.
So there you have it. The winner of the 2022 Saints Happy Hour Saints Greatest Villain Bracket is Roger Goodell. Number 1 seed, start to
cool
finish.
Graphic.
It is.
Goodell
Very
Smith.
like evil and satanic almost.
Yeah, it's where all the money for the podcast, all the patron money goes to the graphics and meats to ship to Poland. So that was the bracket. Thanks guys for joining us.
Roger, if you ever watch this, I just want you to know how much we hate you.
We hate you.
But come on the show.
But we hate Bill too.
So
come on the show so we can kick you off.
So the takes tonight were scorching, but we have one left because it's time for this week's hottest take of the week, sponsored by JLD Hot Sauces and Knives. If you want award-winning hot sauces like
Jolokia,
my God, or Reaper Madness Special Reserve, go to www.jldsharpsauce.com. They have incredible jellies such as palm and pepper. They also have an incredible selection of handmade knives, cooking, hunting, outdoor needs. Go check out their zombie killer quartering cleaver and tell me it's not the best damn quartering cleaver you ever saw in your life. Jerry Embler, who's in the chat tonight, by the way, has been a tremendous supporter of Saints Happy Hour. So, we are asking you to support the people who support Saints Happy Hour. So go to www.jldsharpsauce.com to get the best hot sauces and knives, the best prices anywhere. Use promo code Saints Happy Hour and you get 10% off. That's www.jldsharpsauce.com. Use code Saints Happy Hour and get 10% off. This week's hot take is courtesy of Dave.
Oh, I'm doing it again this week. All right. Well, we've all been seeing the silly helmets that the players have been wearing. I think they're called the Guardian helmets. Maybe yeah, there we go. We got Thomas has a picture of it right there. I know they look a little silly.
It actually looks a little better there because at least everyone has it.
I think it's kind of cool looking just because it's different or whatever. And it kind of goes back to the old days of the leatherhead kind of days. It's got kind of that look. But basically, I think they're called Guardian helmets, and all the teams have been wearing them while they practice. Because they're supposed to be safer. They're 10% safer when one player wears them. Apparently, it's 20% safer if both players who are hitting each other are wearing them. And I'm thinking about this the other night, and all of this begs the question, why aren't they wearing these during the game? You're telling me that a technology exists that makes it safer for these guys to play football, but we're not using it all the time. This is crazy to me. Like, that's like, you ever go to like the supermarket and they, laundry detergent or whatever, some kind of brand, and they're like, oh, new and improved formula. But, and you go, but they're still selling the old one. It's like, why are you making the old formula? If you've improved and made the new formula, stop making the old one. Stop wasting resources. So I don't understand if this.
I'll tell you why. Add it to the list.
We know why. Because it's going to look silly. You could make this look cool.
Right.
You could put logos on the side of that. You could figure this out. But what annoys me is that you've got technology that exists. You have helmets that are supposed to be safer. They're safer because you're making them use it in practice. But apparently it's not good enough to use during games. But at the same time, you're talking out of the other side of your mouth. I'm talking about Goodell and the league. This is another knock on the shield tonight here. But you're talking out of both sides of your mouth when you say you want to do everything possible for player safety.
But only if it looks good on TV.
Yes, exactly. It's bullshit. It is absolute bullshit. It's ridiculous.
I mean, why don't they make the entire plane out of the material that they use in the black box?
Kevin, that is funny that you say that because I had that exact Seinfeld joke ready to go. I was going to say that. It's a black box is the only thing that survives the crash. Why don't they just make the whole plane out of the black box?
Hey, closet chums, man. We're on the same page.
Well,
that's the exact.
But it
logic,
is true.
It's the exact logic that I'm talking about. Though.
Well, it is because it's like we really, really, really care about player safety, except when it doesn't look cool on the TV.
Yeah,
then we're going back to the
It's absolute bullshit. Don't give the same way. I don't want to hear this. The NFL put out this video in 2014. Just say no to sexual abuse and domestic violence. Okay, the same way you put out all this.
That's fucking
bullshit.
illegal.
The same way you put out all this bullshit rhetoric. But at the same time, on the other end of your mouth, you're doing shit that goes completely against
BSing the people in this country.
This is the same thing. You are saying how much you want to have you care about player safety, but you're not letting them go out there on Sundays in the safest possible equipment they could possibly be in. And you know what's funny is that the players, if you had to take a vote, they would probably vote against wearing these on Sundays.
They probably would.
They probably would.
They probably would. All right, Thomas, it's time for
Newman.
It's time for finger guns. Sit it so we can do the questions.
Finger guns, you say.
I'm revved up. Grip strength is decreasing, by the way.
Ouch. Ooh.
Finger guns. By the way, remember, people, send in the questions to Thomas. We have extras. Me and Andrew will start doing mailbags and answering the questions as we do the training camp updates every day. So keep sending the questions in, and we will use them. We promise.
Evan's completely disconnected from us tonight. feel like he's surfing the web. I don't know what's going on. No finger guns from him.
He's swiping.
The thing is, the new Abe Lincoln beard, he put the picture on Grindr, and now he's just swiping right, swipe right, swipe right, swipe right. That's what that is.
He's on his mind is in Dwight Schrute's Beat Farm.
All right, Thomas.
Next question.
Okay, first question from LD. And he asks, what are the chances Baker takes a swing at CD Deuce after CD picks him off and gets in Baker's face a la Brady?
You know what's funny about this question is I actually think there's a decent chance that Baker gets tossed pregame before the game even starts. They're in pregame warm-ups and CD is talking shit to him before the game even starts, and Baker can't handle it, takes a swing, and gets ejected before kickoff. I think that's even more likely.
Kevin, if that...
And I'm here for it.
Well, no, I was saying the Saints don't play. I was going to say, Kevin, if CD can get Baker Mayfield to punch him, would you wear the Abe Lincoln full outfit at the live show? But the Saints don't play. But the Saints play Atlanta week 1 and not Carolina.
If I tell you what, if CD Deuce can get a member of the Falcons to throw a punch at him, I will try.
You'll eat at Olive Garden?
No, I would go to Olive Garden anyway, probably.
Like a small baby.
That's embarrassing.
I will dress up like Abe Lincoln for the live show.
Hey, Tomas, check the timestamp.
You already did that, man.
Here's a little factoid for you guys. I think the guys on the show all know this, but I don't know if the listeners do. And this impacts the $10 patrons because it'll delay maybe my player grades a little bit. Not egregiously, but by a day or whatever. But week 1, my dad got me tickets. I'm taking my son, 3 of us, 3 generation of Juges. We're going to the Falcons Saints opener in Atlanta. We got tickets. I'm going to a road game. I've never been to Atlanta for a football game, so this will be my first time. We'll be there week 1. Obviously, we have our live podcast on Friday, September the 16th. So I will be at the Saints-Bucks game that weekend. I'm going up to LSU. I'm going up to Baton Rouge on Saturday. I'll see them play Mississippi State, and then I'll come back down. I'm going to see Saints-Bucks in week 2, September 18th. And then week 3 is at Carolina, and I'm playing around with the idea driving to Charlotte, which is only like a 5-hour drive from where I am. And so, what it's worth, weeks 1, 2, and 3 with 2 on the road, I think I might be going to all these games.
Unless the Saints start losing, then we know you're poison and you need to stay the hell away.
Yeah, good point. Good point. If we're 0-2, tell me to stay away for sure.
Breaking news: Dr. Zeus in the chat is a former Olive Garden employee.
Whoa!
Where have they been this whole time?
We need Olave Garden soundbite.
Yeah, they even pronounced it right, Olave Garden.
Thomas, what you got for us? Next question.
Okay, next question. Next question comes from Saints Rabbit, the usual suspect. Should Ralph delete Saints content off of his Twitter accounts to create more off-season controversies?
That would Saints Rabbit. That would assume that people give a shit about Ralph.
That's
Give
right.
a shit about what he does on social media.
right.
I don't think that's going to
Deleting mentions of the live show.
I don't know. Based on this weekend, people clearly give a shit what Ralph has to say.
They do. I gotta listen. I don't delete stuff off my. I leave it up there. I only delete like if I badly misspell or like mess up a link or something. People are mad at me. You know what I noticed? The blue check mark gets you like.
People assume that people. That's what's funny. Thank you for bringing this up because I was going to say this when all the shit was going down on Twitter. But like, yeah, people see that blue check mark of yours, and automatically they think that you're some high level journalist, or that your opinion matters more. This is what's wrong with the blue check mark. Your opinion is stupid. Okay, your opinion. There should be red X's for people like you whose opinions are dumber than that of
Dave?
regular.
What about
Twitter
a blue wheelchair?
Yeah, something like that. Yes, you should have a handicap
blue wheelchair.
Yeah, and you should have special parking on Twitter somewhere where they put all your handicap asses with all your stupid takes. What's funny is, like, Ralph, you're an idiot. You're a loser. And all these people that are yelling at you on Twitter, they're even more losers. So
I've gained 150 followers since.
Be happy because you're like the king of losers. You're like the king of the losers. Yeah. So, I mean, at least you have that going for you.
I'm going to get to 10,000 followers before the end of the season.
He has a lot more followers than I do, and a lot more followers than you do, Dave.
Yeah.
There's only Dave has a t-shirt empire to run. I can fart around.
I had someone that I tried to be very nice to and very respectful to that told me that they respected me, but that the non-negotiable for them was that I associated with Ralph. That was like, it was like a guilty by association. Like, Andrew, like, I respect you. You've done good work. I've read your blogs in the past.
Quality, football.
So, like, I feel like
you're around that
dude.
drunk cripple.
You're gonna get fired from your job, man.
But you associate with Ralph, so you're a piece of shit. It was kind of like one of those. And
I bring the whole podcast down.
Listen.
God, I hate to hear that. I hate to hear that.
There's a lot of options in the Saints Twitter sphere.
Yeah.
You get to pick who you want to listen to. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to listen to Ralph.
Welcome to Uganda.
You don't have to like us. It's cool. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. My feelings aren't hurt if you go listen to Ross Jackson. He's awesome. He's great. He works really hard. He delivers good content. My feelings aren't hurt if you go do Nick Underhill.
Mine are.
We're for some people. We're not for others. It's okay. It's fine.
Follow me.
Neither of them are drunk on rum.
Love to all of you.
My self-worth is tied into
why not
my Twitter followers and retweets. It matters to me. I won't lie.
You are such a whore. You are such
whatever,
a whore.
man. I want followers. I want impressions.
King
I want people signing up for the podcast because we're the best.
We are the best.
We're the best, so support us.
Objectively the best.
And even if you hate Andrew, even if you hate me, support the rest of them, because we're still the best.
I think we're the best, but I've been drinking this rum that Dave told me to drink all night. So the fuck do I know?
Awards.
Oh, look at that! Wait, did you hear that? Can we get a clip of that? Andrew just went from telling us all not to curse to just cursing himself.
That's right. Drunk. Drunk Andrew is the best Andrew.
I knew this was going to happen. There's 4 of us. Surely there's one person for each of you out there. You don't have to like all of us. Certainly one of us you can like. That's right. Even the guy, even Abe Lincoln over there.
Look, Kevin has barely spoken on this podcast tonight, so
even Jebediah even Jebediah in the bottom left corner.
You would like us tonight because Kevin's not speaking.
Our dearest podcasters.
The Irish Jebediah.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
Next question.
Okay, next question from
Gabagool.
Next question from Balky. What are some of Ralph's takes that he should have been dragged for more so than Instagram gate?
I don't keep a note. I don't keep a diary of all this shit. But there's been a lot.
Whatever the way to search Twitter, go back and find my horrible Saints takes. I got a decade of them.
Just go to last week. I'm sure you'll find something.
You go to hell, Dave.
Yeah, somebody look up somebody who's been in one of our fantasy leagues. Go back and look up the.
Oh my god!
One of you stall while I think about this.
Kevin, I liked it better when you weren't talking. That hurts me. You just cut me right in the heart. Mentioned my fantasy acumen. Just hurts me.
The year you spent all your money on a tight end. Wait, what tight end was it?
Jared
Troutman?
Cook.
Oh, thank God it wasn't Troutman.
I spent $180.
Even worse.
182. Somebody in the chat.
$182.
The Rum Raider is reminded. Yeah, obviously,
And
he was
sucked.
there. The Rum Raider must have been there. Andrew is thinking. I have a good way to stall time. Actually, we had breaking news an hour ago. Jarvis Landry posted on his Instagram. You guys probably haven't seen this. He posted a picture. He's not dealing with the Louisiana heat very well. He's getting cupped all over his entire body. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. He's got those, I'm sure most of you are familiar with like the cupping thing where they put suction cups all over your body.
Man got green undies. This man got like bright green undies on. What's up with that?
Enhance.
Jesus. We don't want to get banned, man.
That is crazy. Does that hurt? I don't think that hurts, right?
What does that do? What
I don't know. Like when when you're done with it, if you're like you have like black and blue marks all over your body, like you'll look like you got hit by 1,000 ping pong balls going 1,000 miles.
What is the healing property of that?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Medicine is not a science.
So right. Cupping, it creates.
The only cupping I like is no, never mind.
What can you do? Medicine's not a science.
It creates blood flow basically to areas that are.
Yeah. I thought working out was supposed to improve blood flow. Catching footballs and running routes on the field in the hot sun for 2.5 hours, that's not getting your blood flowing. You need something more to get your blood flowing than being an NFL athlete.
Hey, listen, it's like you gotta think outside the box. You gotta look. Tom Brady, freaking.
That is crazy.
He's the legend of all that in terms of going.
Seriously though, Thomas, can we zoom in on that open book?
We can't even. Here's another thing. Dennis Allen, he never gets mad, so he never.
The playbook? Is that the playbook? Can we look at the plays?
Enhance. No, it's not.
You see it. I don't see it.
No. That's a box.
It's a pizza box. Never mind. It's a Domino's box. Never mind.
It's a box where all the little plastic things are coming.
Jarvis, I think it kind of defeats the purpose of getting cupped if you're having 3 slices of Papa John's while you're doing it.
You guys can't think of the most horrendous take that Ralph has had.
I mean, it's there. You can search on
being born.
There was one day, I think it was either last summer or the summer before, I did a thing one Saturday night where I was like, find me my worst Saints take and I'll send you a t-shirt. And people went and found them. And
what were they?
They were as bad as you imagined. I don't remember.
Dave, that explains that drop in business you had. You had to fill out all those free t-shirt orders.
I think
that's right.
I think one of the really bad ones was like Craig Robertson's going to be really good, starting linebacker.
He wasn't that bad, man.
Oh, Brandon Browner. I was pumped. He got Brandon Browner. I was pumped.
You're pumped.
You know what? I think I figured out.
People were pumped, man.
I think I figured out Ralph's worst take.
All right, what is
it? It was about this time last year where me and Ralph were having I think a heart-to-heart after you two guys logged off on one of the shows.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Tomas might have been doing one of his things like prepping his meats and cheeses for the next morning. Yeah. And I was talking to Ralph about some personal
euphemism
things.
for joking off prepping his meats and cheese?
No. I was talking to Ralph about my personal life and just started saying where I was and stuff. And Ralph, I believe, said something to the effect of, you know what, Kevin? I really think this doctor you're dating, I really do believe she is the one. So, Ralph, congratulations. That is your worst fucking take of all time.
Is that a Dr. Fathead on your wall there, Ralph?
There we go. There we go.
And
put that on the highlight.
The Kevin Love update was gone.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my!
Snuck that one right in there.
I'm gonna prep my
Ralph, I'm impressed that you have a
Smith 5-hole on that.
Ralph, I'm impressed that you have a Smith and Cross bottle as a fathead on your wall.
That's right.
Awesome. Next question.
Ralph's dying. It's funny because it's true, Ralph. That is your worst take.
Yeah, it's up there.
I know what the worst Ralph take was. He was all in on Rob Ryan. Rob Ryan
Oh, yeah.
was the
Well, that
greatest
was okay for a little bit.
thing
It was-
that had ever inhabited planet Earth.
It took
He
off.
was so hot on Rob
I
Ryan.
was.
That was okay
my
for a little
God.
bit. That worked out for a little while.
Rob Ryan was Ralph's hero.
That's not as
It
bad
was.
as the doctor.
That's why your
2013
bot is called
We'll
Rob
always
Ryan,
have
right?
2013.
That's not as bad as the doctor.
What do we got, Thomas?
Hold on, I gotta go prep my meats and cheeses.
Okay, next question from Cody, and he asks, "What
No,
would
this is Bayou. No.
Yeah, he's called Cody also on
right.
Discord.
Yeah.
What would the odds have to be to bet on Davenport being healthy to start a training camp?
Well, he
That
was
you
healthy.
have to-
He was healthy to start this training camp.
Well, we
wasn't.
forgot about it. I forgot
He
about this.
wasn't.
Is egregious by me. The Davenport finger injury was downplayed tremendously because I saw that picture of him. They're like, "Oh, he just lost a little bit of his pinky." Dude, he's a Simpson character now. Like he's got 4 fingers. Like I was like, "Wow."
Like, yeah, he lost a big chunk of his pinky, and no, I would not want to lose that piece of a pinky on me. But I mean, I don't really see how this affects his play. You've got
It's not about that.
Like
It's not
JP
about that.
is
It's
out
that
there.
we were
like
sold
2
lies.
knuckles, man.
We were told that it was like a bit of his pinky. I was picturing like a small little piece, like a small freaking baby.
Well,
But it's the whole thing, man.
If it was that small of a piece, then it would barely be worth reporting on. The fact that it needs to be reported on should have tipped you off that it was a sizable chunk.
You look at the picture, it kind of hammers it home. I felt bad about the jokes when I saw the picture.
We don't regret the
not gonna
jokes,
lie.
but we feel bad about them.
I retract.
Would you rather
Stop it.
Okay,
Get some help.
would you rather?
He's Marcus Nine Fingers, and I apologize.
Would you rather Marcus Davenport's missing pinky piece or full pinky, but it's Torrey Holt's pinky? Or Brian Baldinger or whatever, one of them. Torrey Holt, I think it might be like his forefinger, his middle finger.
Yeah.
Maybe Brian Baldinger, it's his pinky. But would you rather have no pinky Davenport or totally, 90-degree angle Brian Baldinger?
Which one is better, Kevin? Because they're both a party trick. Like you both can show them off at parties. You can show off the nub, or you can show off the Brian Baldinger.
I show off my meat and cheeses at parties. That's my party trick.
Egregious bias. Is it Thomas? Is that the
worst joke I've ever heard? Yeah, fair enough. It wasn't very good.
Evan, are you just making faces tonight, not speaking? Is that your whole thing?
We had been making pretty good
Jebediah.
time.
We had been. I thought we were going to get out by 10:25, and it didn't.
Jesus.
Never. Kevin,
I'm Googling Amish names.
Kevin giving my worst take ever as saying the doctor was the one. That's all he needed to contribute tonight, and he can just be like George Costanza and leave on a high note. That's all he needs.
Apparently, Victor is popular. I don't know. Levi, obviously.
All right, Thomas.
Next question.
Ike.
Hold on. We got a comment in the chat. This is from. Well, I'm not going to name you because maybe you don't want to be named. So I worked at Superior Grill.
Oh, wait,
Rob Ryan,
which one? Oh, okay, Rob Ryan. So St. Charles.
I worked at Superior Grill, and Rob Ryan ordered so much food and margs, and he placed a timed food order over $140 in fajitas. Pick up after he went and drank more at Maze on Mag.
Fucking goat. Fucking goat.
Wow.
Fucking.
I mean, people had pictures of Rob Ryan in the grocery with 2 quarts of Bluebell. Like
fucking goat. I mean,
and in the airport with like 6 mini pizzas. Like he's a legend.
Look, let's talk about this. First of all, Superior Grill, like you can shit on it because it's not like authentic Mexican, whatever. Maybe Ralph.
It's pretty good though.
Salsa is strong.
Exactly. It's fucking good. I enjoy fucking Superior Grill. Second of all,
I enjoy it also.
The margaritas.
Isolate that where Dave says he likes fucking.
Fucking a man. Fucking a man. The margaritas, they are no slouch. They will fuck you up. They are strong. They hide that shit
stronger than
well.
Smith and Cross.
Nah, I'm not that strong, but I would say strong to very strong. And so the fact that he's going to drink Superior more than one, and then go out and drink more. It's a good thing he was ordering food because you're going to have to soak some of that up. But no other Saints coach was doing that, at least not from 1990 onwards. So, yeah, fucking GOAT. The GOAT.
I miss Rob Ryan. I do.
Next question.
I really do.
Okay, final question of the show comes from Biloxi Blues, and he asks, when Goodell suspends Kamara for 6 games, will Dennis Allen wear a Roger the Clown shirt to a press conference to announce it?
He's not getting suspended 6 games, and he's probably not even getting suspended.
The answer is no. He doesn't have the Sean Payton. For as paranoid as Sean Payton was about leaking stuff out of the building, and as big of a dick as he was to reporters, he had a great sense of humor. And he had a way of subtly connecting with the fans with like smoke and mirrors, thinly veiled things. I'm thinking of obviously the Roger Goodell with the fleece covering it, but also
worry about your meat.
Worry about your meat, like the Popeyes with the Gatorade, and what he would tweet. So Sean Payton had he had a great sense of humor. I don't think Dennis Allen has that.
No, I don't think Dennis Allen's on. I don't even think Dennis Allen's on Twitter.
Good for him.
You gonna choke that later?
Choke your mom.
It's a joke that Sean Payton would make, Kevin.
That's right. So, thanks for the questions, guys. And a reminder, keep the questions coming. Me and Andrew will answer the extra ones that we don't get to on the live stream. We'll answer them during the daily shows. Oh, wait.
That has to be photoshopped. That has to be photoshopped.
No, Rob Ryan was the GOAT. Thomas is the GOAT. Thomas is the GOAT.
I have it saved from my Canal Street Chronicles day. Someone
that has to be a Photoshop.
That is not a Photoshop.
He was not that. He couldn't have been that big.
Yeah, he could have been.
Come on. He's standing on the sideline with that Homer Simpson moo-moo.
Holy cow. That's unbelievable.
Saints legend, Des Bryant.
Yeah, that's right.
Me and Andrew did I think that was the fastest. We did a breaking news podcast.
Was it even 24 hours, guys?
He signed, and before the end of the practice, for the end of the podcast, for the breaking news, he had injured himself in practice.
Yeah. That's probably one of. There's another example of one of.
Remember our buddy Ryan Harrison, the tennis player? He was going to come on our show and give us a theory about Des Bryant. And then he got hurt, and we were like, "Never mind, Ryan. Don't come on the show." He tore his Achilles.
Rob Ryan looks like a snake that just ate like a guinea pig in that picture.
Thomas is the best. You got to support the show, and it allows us to do amazing things like that. And that's more reason. If you listen to the audio version, you need to get on the Twitch live stream. We're having amazing fun with the video. Thomas, do we have a clip of the week?
We had one clip. We had one clip courtesy of Jason Champagne, and I guess Jason Champagne is because we know there are some Kevin haters amongst our fans, but Jason Champagne, I guess, he loves Kevin.
Dave is one of them.
He's a Kevin.
The one that I saw on Twitter earlier today from Netflix. Please, next slide. Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg. What in Jesus Christ's name are we doing here? The people who design movie posters have lost their way.
They hate us.
They have lost their goddamn way. None of you know what you're doing. None of you know what you're doing. I don't care what the negotiations are.
It's true.
Very divisive, that hot take. A lot
of
people loved it. A lot of people
that cracked me up. Kevin, kudos to you.
I liked it.
I thought that was hilarious.
I mean, personally, I think it's hilarious that we've done like 7 or 8 weeks of this hot take stuff, and I've done it once, and it's nothing to do with football, nothing to do with sports. All the rest of them have been about
Can't even remember him. This one will remember forever.
I liked it because you had evidence, you had visual evidence that backed up your point very well. Again, we're looking at a freaking poster of Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg, and they've got the names swapped out. I mean, that's like, this is ridiculous. I agree with you. I liked it.
One of these days,
we will have a
podcast that isn't an hour and 45 minutes. But today,
no, we won't.
Was not that day.
Live show. We're going 2 hours.
I tried my
best. Port Orleans.
Doesn't matter.
You're gonna have to kick us out.
Reminder: RSVP for the live show. Seriously, we're putting a lot of work into this. It's going to be a fantastic.
I want to hang out with you guys. Come on,
we're going to have surprises.
I won't be this sloppy, but I will drink.
We'll have prizes. Everybody will be there. It's going to be
sneaking into a cargo hold to come down there for Christ's sake.
Yeah. Like it's going to.
Did you book a ticket, Kevin?
Fun.
Yeah.
People
we got
are
everybody
coming from Australia.
We got
coming from the Netherlands, Monadula. I know you'll be there. Nick Knight, come on, you're coming. Monadula, Nick Knight, come on.
Yeah, I'll get in. It's going to be a great time. So join us there. Sign up RSVP. Boom, done.
Come grace us with your Dutch humor.
There may be some like Saints,
which none of us get.
B-level celebrities.
That is the worst joke I've ever heard.
I'm not going to promise Jeff Duncan, but
we got the people coming. It's gonna be a great night, and it's Friday, and then Sunday the Saints are gonna kick the crap out of Tom Brady. We're gonna get you ready for that. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks to Dave. Thanks to Andrew for being just completely sloshed. Dave, that was great.
You
got to get him on a different rum every week so he can just get tanked every show because drunk Andrew is the best Andrew.
Delicious.
Kevin for just hitting it out of the park with the worst take I've ever had. That was just chef's kiss. Thomas running the show back in Poland. Did an amazing job. Took all my notes and rundown for this podcast, made it coherent. He does an amazing job. He's the best producer in the business. So, guys, remember, if you're going to support a Saints podcast, you should support the ones that win awards. Till next week, the bar is closed.